What's going on, guys? So in this video I'd like to show you how to field strip and reassemble a Colt 1911. There's probably a million videos on how to do this, but I figured I'd make mine. Every time I get a new gun I like to do a field strip video, and who knows, maybe it'll help somebody. So what I have in front of me now is my Colt Government Model. It's chambered in 45 ACP. This is the XSE model in stainless steel. So let's get started. Right now the weapon is on safe. I'm going to take it off and just verify this weapon is clear. Got no magazine in. Again, nothing in the chamber. Very important. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the safety back on, and we're going to focus our attention near the barrel here. So we have the guide rod spring plug here. Yours may look a little different depending on what model you have. And on top of that we have the barrel bushing. Now there are some tools to make this a little easier. I personally don't have one. I know Kimber makes one. I'm sure there's quite a few other ones available. If you can get your hands on one of those, this makes it way easier to do. But like I said, since I don't have one, I'm gonna have to kind of go old school here. I'm just gonna use a flathead screwdriver on my Leatherman Blast, and I like to use a patch if I can, just so I don't mar up the finish too bad. What we're gonna do is just gonna cover it up, and what you want to do is get the flathead on the very edge, at least on this model. Other models I know it's a little easier to do this because it's just one solid piece there, but on this you want to get the flathead on the very edge there. And like I said, you have the safety on. That prevents the slide from moving back when you're doing this. So we're just gonna, like I said, push down on the very edge, get that down as much as possible, and rotate the barrel bushing clockwise. Now at first you can only get it just a little bit, just to hold down the plug there. Then we're going to come back and just get it pushed down even more and rotate it clockwise. Now you want to be careful because this plug is under spring tension, so you want to be very careful not to let go of it. It could end up, you know, blasting in your face or across the room. God knows what it'll hit, and you definitely don't want to lose a piece. So very carefully release the spring and pull it out like so. Okay, so there's your guide rod spring, and there's your plug. Set that off to the side, pull the spring out. Okay, now you're left with your barrel bushing. Now what you'll notice, I don't know if this is different on the Colts than other 1911s, but you'll notice right now that pretty much no matter how hard you try, you're not going to be able to spin this around. You can try to push the guide rod down, it's not going to work. So just take the safety off, and then you should be able to spin it counterclockwise. Now once you get it all the way counterclockwise, you can pull the barrel bushing out, and then you're good. So now what we're going to do is, on your slide you're going to notice you have two notches here. This first notch, it's kind of small, you see. You want to slide the slide so it lines up with your slide stop right there. Okay, now with that done, on the back you want to push on this to pop out the slide stop. Okay, so just make sure it's lined up. and pop it out like so. Now with that done, you can move your slide all the way forward and pull it off the frame. Okay, then you can pull out your guide rod and the barrel will slide out from the front. Like so. It's your barrel. And that's it for your basic field strip. Okay? And we'll put it back together pretty much in reverse order. Take your barrel, slide it in. Like so. Now you'll notice you have a little loop here. You can you want to make sure the loop is facing out the muzzle. We're going to put our guide rod back in with the cutout facing down against the barrel. Like so. And just want to hold it and align the rails on the frame with the back of the slide. Like so. And slide it back on. Now what you want to do is you want to align again the notch on your slide with the square. And you want to make sure the hole is clear. You may need to play around with your guide rod a little bit. Just make sure hole is clear. Now a lot of guys end up getting the quote-unquote idiot scratch at this point. I'm going to show you how you can kind of prevent that. There are some products out there, like little pieces of plastic that you can put over here. Mine has it a very tiny bit, but not nearly as bad as some other guys. Now the way they get that is these guys take their slide stop and they insert it all the way in the hole, and then they just push it up and it just grinds against the frame all the way up into the catch there. That is not what you want to do. The way to do it without scratching up your frame is insert it just a little bit, line up this side, just below you get a little detent pin there, line it up and just push it up and in, and then it goes. Okay, so that's that. And you're just going to slide the frame back, you're going to slide the slide back forward, and we're going to put back in our barrel bushing. You'll start it again in that position. And just rotate it back clockwise so it's pointing to the left like so. We'll take our recoil spring, and you'll see you have a kind of a flat end and a cut end. This is the cut end. You want the cut end facing up. So put the flat end first. Take your plug, put it on top of the spring, and very carefully push it down. And while holding it, just rotate your barrel bushing and it'll hold it in place a little bit there. And you can take your patch again on top and just use your flathead and rotate it over. Let go. And that's that. And that's it for the field strip and reassembly of the Colt 1911. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and please please stay safe. Thanks.